So there's been this craze about the divine feminine concept and the divine masculine that's been circulating around lately, and it's wild, yo. People are, mostly of the opinion that divine feminine is like soft and docile, and you just wait, sit around to be told what to do, and basically take no action and just be in that the receiving mode. And I think it's a misconception. um, well, this might help one or two people, especially the younger generation, and make sure that they do not, grow up thinking. I don't know. I see it as, very toxic thinking, to be honest. A divine feminine isn't just about sitting down and being like in receiving mode for the rest of your life, guys. You shouldn't do that, please. I'm going to come from a science perspective and try to see if I'm able to connect and make sense to people about this. So, males and females were both created with the divine masculine and the divine feminine in everybody. If you're male, you've got a divine feminine part of you, and if you're female, you've got a divine male part of you. In science, this is how it works. Every male human being on earth has the hormone called progesterone and the testosterone. And as a female, you have testosterone and progesterone in you. Otherwise, you're not going to be alive. You're not going to be functioning. Now, what does progesterone do? Progesterone is, in females, it's that hormone that controls, fertility and menstrual cycles and, ovary health and all of that. Men have it. And testosterone is mostly associated with like the hormone that regulates, production of a testis, development of a testis, production of sperm, production of our body hairs is by the function of testosterone. If you don't have testosterone, you're not going to have any hair on your body. It also controls your sex drive. Our reproductive organs all started as, the female structure. Even if you're a man, it is the clitoris that extends to form a penis in a man. And that's why, when there's like gender transformation and stuff, it's the clitoris that gets, I'm not gonna go deep into that. Just, that could be sensitive to certain people. But yeah, we're all connected. God made you with testosterone and with progesterone. Even male have estrogen. Estrogen is what produces testosterone. So yeah, every man has estrogen. Every female has testosterone. So you do have the divine feminine and the divine masculine in you. What makes us different is the quantity, guys. As a female, you only have very little testosterone in you. And as a male, you have only very little quantity of progesterone in you. That's what makes us different. If you have too much, then you are going to be, moving towards being a female. And if you've got too much of testosterone, you're going to be leaning towards, being more male-like. That's where things like tomboys come up. That's why things like I also do not want to go very deep into like sexuality and stuff. But if you are a man and you've got a friend or a childhood friend, maybe you were, because most of the things you start to see first in childhood, they first start to manifest in childhood. And as you grow older, um, they either take root or they dissolve. It's one of those things, one of those reasons why it's all, if you're a parent, it's great for you to observe your child, but not try to change things about them, because there is that possibility that it could dissolve or it could just be who they are. But you're not, it's only time that's going to tell. Back in the day, growing up, you have some male friends who, you know, they don't fit in with the boys. They like to do things that girls do. They like to sit with their legs, crossed like girls. In Africa, men are meant to sit with their legs wide open and the girls with their legs closed and crossed or whatever. And, just a sitting position, is even associated with gender. Everything for humans just have to be categorized, have to be boxed. But you can't box everything. You can't label everything in life. So if you do have a male friend who sometimes, does certain things that society deems as not male, not female, you guys try to ostracize such a person. You try to talk down on such a person. You see that person as abnormal, but that person is completely normal. You might have 0.5% progesterone in you as a man, and your friend might have 0.9% progesterone in them. He is also a man. He's just got slightly more progesterone in him. Let people just be who they are. And for girls, there's some girls that they have more testosterone in them than other girls, so they might be less feminine and girly, and that is fine. It's who they are. They cannot control their levels of testosterone. They cannot control their levels of progesterone. Let people be who they were created to be. And and as I said, and this is from personal life experience, sometimes these things just dissolve on their own. I was fortunate to attend an all girl high school, and I can tell you 100% from personal experience, I had, relationship with people who were very much, kind of masculine, kind of tomboyish as teens. And the minute they grew up, hit that, you know, 17, 18-year-old age, it kind of just naturally dissolved and they, became more feminine. This is something that I've seen happen without being, it wasn't like forced out of them. It wasn't like, extreme measures, because I am aware that certain people use extreme measures to try to change kids. Sometimes it just dissolves out. Life experience, I have seen this dissolve out. It can't dissolve out. And if it doesn't, it's who they are. Whatever it is you're going to try to control is just on the outside. You're never, ever going to be able to control how much progesterone or testosterone a human being has got inside of them. So let people be. And divine feminine, divine masculine, you cannot be in that receiving mode for the whole of your life, claiming that you're divine feminine. You can have a divine feminine era, but you should have your divine masculine era, girls. Get your ass up and go work or go do something with your life. Don't sit back there thinking, no, I'm never going to do anything. I'm only going to be receiving. You were never created that way. There is no female on earth that ain't got her testosterone. You do. Go to a lab and go do a hormone test and see what hormones you've got in your body. So there are times where a female would need to act, would need to take action, would need to do stuff. Don't just sit your ass there claiming I'm a feminine. And there are times where even as a male, you need to sit down and not take action. Let your progesterone do what it needs to do. You can't have this mentality that men are just meant to be hustling and, you know, striving and all of that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're not going to live long. I'm sorry. You must rest. It is a must. You must rest. You must relax sometimes. You must receive sometimes. And vice versa. Females receive, but sometimes you need to act. You need to be the one giving sometimes. It's a give and take, or else the world is not going to function. It's just going to collapse all around us. It What makes us different is the quantity. The women need to receive more than they give, and the men need to give more than they receive. But there's a receive and there's a give in both sexes. And that is where the divine feminine and the divine masculine originates from. And if you don't even like the words, you don't need to use them. Again, humans just like to box things. Humans like to name things. Humans like to label things. If that word divine feminine doesn't resonate with you, just give it whatever name you want to give it. Call it whatever you want to call it. Just be you. But humans need to stop controlling everything around them. Because what's gonna happen is gonna happen, to be honest. You really can only control what's on the outside. You can't do so much on the inside. Allow people be. And female, yeah, you shouldn't be too much in your masculine. Find your balance. And your balance is unique to you. There might be a female who's got enough testosterone to last her, working 3 days a week. And there might be another female who's got testosterone that's going to only last her to work 2 days a week. That's where the difference comes. Guys, let people be different. Understand who you are. Understand who you are relating with, who you are in a relationship with. Understand yourselves. Don't box everyone. Everyone can never be the same. We are all unique and we're all different. Thank you.